Okie dokie. Hi, everybody. It is Bonkai922 here to bring you final. Yes. Kind of crazy, but yeah, it was. The final episode of Date Alive Season 2, Episode 10, Inversion. This episode I actually liked. I really liked how they did this. I have one problem. Westcott. Now, this was probably in the light novels, but it still pissed me off. It just made Westcott look like, what are the words am I looking for? Oh, a bitch, a pussy, a bitch, a pussy, a cowardice, a yellow belly, fuck troll. It made him look a bitch, pretty much. Meaning, in between his legs, there's nothing there. He has nothing there. Ellen has nothing there. They just have a huge hole in between their legs. That's what it made him look like. Because he basically says, oh, we'll retreat for now. I'm like, hey, fuck you and your silver hair. And tell Ellen I said I'm going to be there later tonight with a knife to shove in her neck. Call how I see it. But this was an interesting episode because I want to specifically go into Miku, surprisingly enough. I liked how they did her in this series. She was a character that I obviously had bad vibes with, but the whole thing with how they approached her, situation and how, as it went through. Now, I must say, yeah, Tohka, she was, Mugetsu anyone? Because that's pretty much what it was. All I say it, that's what it was. Demon King Tohka was essentially Mugetsu. Especially when she swung her sword, because those were Getsu's intentions. I had to go there because it's obvious what it was. Except it was a pinkish purple energy blast when she did that. But essentially, what ends on going down, he leaves Westcott. He well, actually, before they leave, Ellen has an exchange with Tohka. Does nothing, by the way. Absolutely nothing. Tohka cuts her, and she's like, I don't like Ellen. Okay, I don't like Ellen. I don't like Westcott. They try to kill Shido, then they fight Tohka, then they just leave. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So you're not even gonna stay there and confront them? Are you just gonna leave? Bitch ass pussy dumb motherfucker. You won't even attempt to confront him? You're just gonna leave. Oh, we'll retreat for now. And I'm like, take this and shove it up your pie hole, Westcott and Ellen. Because they're bitch ass pieces of shit. They're just fuckboys. They're fuckboys. And they're cowardice. Yellow belly cowardice. Cowards. No balls whatsoever. Jump the fuck off. But they leave, and then basically, Shido's fighting Tohka. And, oh, Jesse, by the way, you were wrong. Kurumi didn't fight her. But, I suppose I should have expected that Kurumi was going to go up against Tohka. But what eventually did happen, though, was Shido was fighting her. And this was kind of interesting because while Tohka was going out of control and she doesn't know Shido, you have this kind of thing going on with him and Miku. And Miku begins to have feelings for Shido because he protects her and everything, because when Tohka's trying to attack them and everything. And this was like I said before, it's like, come on. Final gets to get 10 shows from Tohka. It was crazy. But what ends on happening is, apparently, Yoshino, Kaguya, and the other one, their memories are back, apparently, because I guess Miku was the translate that she had on them was dissolved, and they encounter Origami, and Origami says Shido and everything. And there's also another scene with Jessica. Yeah, she's pretty much dead. She's a bitch. That was an interesting, I thought, to a certain extent. And we basically have Shido fighting Tohka for the majority of this episode until she does like a final gets a good show. Hey, that's what she was doing. Call him. That's what she was doing. And basically what transpires is Kaguya saves him, and then he ends up kissing Tohka, and that brings her back. And like, I'm staring at it, and I'm thinking to myself, Westcott, your plans were foiled. You gonna do it again? You lost. You just left, and you lost. Oh, he's gonna come back? You know, that has to be the most stupidest thing I've ever seen any antagonist do it in any anime. Just leave. Like, that wasn't even like, he's like, we're retreating. I'm like, retreating? You're such a fucking pussy. Dumb motherfucker. But hey, that's the way I feel about that. But yeah, he saves Tohka. Interesting scene, though. After, Tohka goes back from being Demon King to regular Tohka, Shido saves her. Everything's back to normal. It's kind of like a happy ending. We see Kurumi. And she mentions something kind of interesting. She mentions the hidden spirit, so to speak. And I'm thinking that has to do with Tohka and the whole bit that she was the inversion. So, because I was mentioning this in the J room. Anybody doesn't know what the J room is? Maybe I'll give it to you guys a link. Anyway, what this guy Jesse was mentioning in the J room, who's I believe one of my subs, what would Kurumi be like if she went through inversion? Well, we see what happens to Tohka. Kurumi, I think, would probably go from being a nightmare, having with nightmares, to having with sweet dreams. At least that's what he told me, to a certain extent. And I kind of agree with that. I mean, it's very feasibly possible. So basically, that's what happens. After that part, we basically have Shido and Miku, and she kisses him, and he obviously steals her powers. And towards the end of the episode, there's this thing with Tohka and everything, and we have a concert, and she calls him darling, and they're all like, kind of thing, and that's where it ends. Now the credits scene rolls, and we get another thing. There's going to be a movie. Now, overall rating for this final episode, I will say 4.5 out of 5. For this series as a whole, this definitely was better than last season. There were a few things, a few people might have mentioned about the animation and everything. I would give this an 8 out of 10 as a whole series. I thought the series as a general aspect was done better than last season. There was a lot more strife this season than last season, and I thought they handled it pretty good. Now, as far as this movie's concerned, I don't know, but it is a possibility they might have enough spirit. Meaning, what they might do is, they might have, like, this next spirit, which I think is this girl with a crown or some shit like that, and Shido has to do with that. As far as Westcott is concerned, listen. Fuckboy. Like seriously. He just left. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to show up at Shido's doorstep and say, oh, guess what? We're going to fight again. Seriously. But I thought it was handled well. This season was a lot better, I think, than last season. We got some Karumi, we got Miku. I thought the whole thing with Miku was done very well, in my opinion. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the even when that scene when they were going to be attacked, you get the whole thing with Miku, and it was really interesting to see her backstory and her reasoning why she hated men, and how at the end she ends up being with Shido, because she only sees Shido now as the only man for her that actually, helped her get through this troubled time. So, it's another reason why I really like this season. So, very good season 2, I thought. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. We'll see how this goes. I think a lot of people are saying season 3. I think this movie, if they do a movie, I don't know how much it's doing. I don't know how much it's covering. But if it's covering another spirit, we'll see. But hey, we'll see. You never know. But I thought this was a good episode. Episode 10, final episode of Date A Live Season 2 in the books. Now all that's left I'm reviewing pretty much is just JoJo, Captain Earth, Black Bullet, and Dragon Ball. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. Only 4 left. Bonkai 922, I'll see you guys later. This was handled well. I thought it was handled very well. Shido got to flex some muscles here and there with some help from his spirits. And, yeah. Here's the thing. He sealed Miku, but Karumi's still out there. Karumi's still out there, man. Shido's got to get his ass in gear. Like, Karumi. She's the man eater. She's the man eater. Anyway, yeah, I'm Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. Peace.